Hello, everybody. Welcome to Frontline Football. And in honor of Jack's head coach of the New York Knicks winning Coach of the Year, Zach's team still being in playoffs, and my team in Cabo right now, we got a very heated argument that we need to settle right here, right now on Frontline Football. Which championship is harder to win? Is a Super Bowl harder to win, or is an NBA Finals harder to win? You say your guess in the comments. And right now, let me give you something to start it off with. Let's get rumble! And welcome to another Frontline Football Predictions. I have been Josh from Frontline Football, and roll the intro!
All right, guys, welcome to Frontline Football. We're doing Week 4 today. We're going to start off with the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to hand this one to Jack.
Ooh, this is a fun matchup. Lawrence versus Burrow. Burrow is 1-0 against Lawrence. I think they met in the national championship game a couple years back. But I think Lawrence gets the win here. I think Lawrence is going to be able to beat Burrow here. I think major shootout incoming again. I think Jags are going to be in a lot of shootouts. But I think here, I like the Jags. I don't know why. I just feel like Lawrence is going to have Burrow's number. Sort of like a little revenge game for him. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I'm going to say the Jacksonville Jaguars get the win over Cincinnati. Yeah, this will be a really good matchup. Lawrence, most of his matchups are going to be great, I think, because he's going to play really well. So, yeah, I am going to say Jacksonville. Josh?
I'm going to say Cincy at home here. I think that Burrow and Chase are going to be locking up, or not locking up teams, it's a defense. They are going to be scoring a lot of points against these teams, and that's the reason that they're going to win. Their offense is going to be clicking, and their defense is going to be terrible. But their offense is going to be clicking so much that they win these games. So I think this is going to be a high-scoring bout with the Bengals taking the win here.
All right, with our next matchup, we got the Buffalo Bills versus the Houston Texans. Josh?
Buffalo, their Super Bowl team. The Texans have David Culley as their head coach. And as much as I like our new team, and I believe the ESPN did give us a terrible ranking at 31. Oh, shoot, I'm frozen.
Oh, no, you're good.
I think that Buffalo will be winning here. So I'm going to hand this one off to Jack for his take.
I'm also going to take Buffalo here. Just on the basis of Buffalo, they already dropped one to Miami early. I just feel like that's going to make them, they're going to have to sort of reflect on their season and make sure that doesn't happen again so they can be in competition for the 1 seed, Buffalo. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I got Buffalo. Buffalo, they lost to Miami, and I think Buffalo will do really well, and I think they'll just dominate Houston. All right, with our next matchup, we got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Denver Broncos. I'm going to hand this one to Jack.
Another fun matchup that I am going to give to the... I'm actually going to give it to the... Nope, change my mind. I'm going with the Ravens here. Thought about it for a second. I feel like the Broncos are going to have a realistic chance to win. But once again, I just think Lamar Jackson's offense on the side of the ball is just going to be able to outplay Drew Lock's offense by a little tad. So give me the Ravens here. What are your thoughts, Josh?
Okay, with this matchup, I have the Baltimore Ravens beating the Broncos here. Just because Lamar, I think, here is going to be a pretty good quarterback. Not MVP level. He'll probably never be MVP level again, but he will be a really good quarterback this year. So I have the Ravens winning, and yeah. So, Zach, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to choose Denver. Lamar doesn't really do good against corners, and I think Denver has very solid corners, and I think that they'll be locking up his pass options, and that'll make him use his legs, which hopefully Denver has something to cover his running game, which if they do, then I think Denver got a really good shot on winning this game. I don't care who they have at quarterback. I think the defense will really win this game for them. All right. The next matchup is the Indianapolis Colts versus the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to hand this one to Josh.
I think that the Miami Dolphins will be winning this matchup here just because of this matchup being in Miami and the Colts still trying to find their footing. They did against the Titans, but they're still trying to find their footing in most aspects of their game because Frank Reich and Carson Wentz still aren't clicking at this point in the season. They're trying to get better, but it'll be a close matchup. But I don't think that Miami will let them win, especially with that defense that they have. So I'm going to say give me the Dolphins here.
All right. Shaq.
All right, I'm going to take also the Dolphins here. It's close, but I think ultimately Wentz's inexperience in the Frank Reich Indianapolis system at this point of the season is going to mean that an elite Miami defense is going to be able to sort of take advantage of that inexperience. I think that's going to be tiebreaker. Colts, I still believe in you guys as a team, but this stuff's going to take time. Stuff takes time to gel, especially in a new environment. What are your thoughts? Zach, do you already give your take or no?
No. I'm going to go with the Colts here. They're 0-3 for me. They need some type of win, and I think Miami would be a perfect target for them to get a win. It's hard to get wins, especially with their schedule, and I think Indy has a good chance on beating them. All right. With our next matchup, we got the Tennessee Titans versus the New York Jets. Jack.
I gotta go with Tennessee here. It was a nice win against Denver last week in predictions, but overall, Tennessee, I understand. I think the Jets will be able to handle Derrick Henry to an extent. The run defense is not going to be the problem, but the issue is Tennessee won't even need to worry about setting up play action because the Jets' cornerbacks are just not up to par where they need to be, especially with the addition of Julio Jones. Maybe they had a chance if it was just A.J. Brown, but now you add Julio Jones to this offense. It's going to be too much for the young Jets cornerbacks to handle. I think this could be a shootout if the Jets offense gets going and they start to get some traction, and they could get interesting, but overall, ultimately, A.J. Brown and Julio Jones are just going to be able to bully the Jets corners. No Derrick Henry needed. What are your thoughts, Zach?
All right. I have to go with the Tennessee Titans. After adding Julio Jones, I don't think the Jets could keep up with Tennessee Titans like just Jack said. So, yeah. Josh?
I think that it's also going to be the Tennessee Titans here because of Derrick Henry. I believe that will start a little bit, even with bad corners, because Tannehill is the most overrated player in the NFL right now. And subpar, even with a bad lineup, I think Joe Jones and A.J. Brown will carry the passing game, but I think Derrick Henry will just put the Titans just enough over to beat the Jets here.
All right. Our next matchup is the LA Chargers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. I'll hand this one off to Josh.
I got the Chargers winning here. I don't see Vegas winning this early in the season against the Chargers. And I think that Herbert's going to show why he was taken so high in the NFL draft. So I got Chargers here, and I'm going to hand this one off to Jack for his take.
I'm also going to go with the Chargers here. I think the Raiders' offense will do fine in this game, but I think more importantly, it'll come down to the Raiders' questionable at best edge situation. And with Herbert's upgraded offensive line, he'll be able to build a tent in the pocket, take a nap if he wanted to. And overall, he's just going to be able to slowly pick apart the Raiders' defense to his liking. Give me the Chargers here. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I got the LA Chargers. I think Herbert's going to have a great season, and I don't think LA can keep – I don't think Vegas can keep up with Herbert and that offense. So I'm going to go with the Chargers. All right, our next matchup is the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to hand this one off to Jack.
Kansas City. Remember, we're still in September, and I have so many questions about the Eagles at this point in time. Tough to even... Yeah, it's going to be Kansas City. I don't see any opening for an upset here. This feels like a KC win. What are your thoughts, Josh?
This seems like Kansas City definite here because I don't see any way that the Eagles will win this game unless some miracle happens where Nick Foles all of a sudden becomes an Eagle again and puts up a Super Bowl performance again. I don't see them winning this game at all. Unless the heavens shine on them and they get like Nick Foles or something, or they get back their 2018 Super Bowl lineup, I don't see them winning at all. This is going to be a KC win, and it's probably going to be within 2 scores at the least, a blowout at the worst. So, Zach, what are your thoughts?
I think there's one chance that the Eagles win. If that's Mahomes is gone with an injury. If he's gone with an injury, it's going to be a close match. But Mahomes is not injured in this situation. So Kansas City, if Mahomes is there, then they'll have no chance of winning. And yeah, that's just obvious. Sorry, Eagles. All right, our next matchup is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Green Bay Packers. I'm gonna hand this one off to Josh.
I got to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Rodgers is gone. And, I mean, Big Ben, a bunch of people gave him criticisms because he isn't the player they used to be. But he can beat Jordan Love in the Packers. Believe that. Even their defense will make it look like a really good team after they beat the Packers. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers here. I'm going to hand this one off to Zach for his thoughts.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't like how the Steelers are running things. They're running it better than the Packers though, because Big Ben's not pissed at his team. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Steelers here. The Steelers do need some wins, and the Packers need some wins. So I just like sure Steelers. Jack.
I'm also going to go with the Steelers here. Even, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be there. He's just not. And I have a feeling that with the help of Najee Harris, the husk of Big Ben is going to be able to outplay little Jordan Love.
All right. With our next teams, it's going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus New England. Jack.
I'm going with Tampa here. I just can't see Brady losing his revenge game. He's going to want to be in that elite group of people that can say they beat every NFL franchise on the planet. And this is just a one shot to do it. I think he is going to do it. Give me the Bucs here. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I think those fans who paid $1,000 to see the game are going to see Brady destroy the New England Patriots here. It won't even be a game what they're going to sit through. They're going to be like the fans after the Logan Paul Floyd fight. Even the people watching on TV will want their money back for how bad this matchup is going to be. There will not be a shred of good play in here. It will be Tampa's game all throughout.
All right. Is he still going with his taker? Are you done?
Oh, no, I finished. I finished. Yeah, Zach.
All right. I'm gonna go with New England. This seems interesting, especially against this Tampa team that I really like. I just think New England will win. Okay, let me explain. Bill Belichick has been coaching Tom Brady for 20 years. 20 years. You can find some flaws. Both of them can find flaws in each other's systems, and he can find flaws on how he plays. Now, Bill Belichick is really good at exploiting flaws on a player. So I think that New England will get the dub because of that defense. And I think that Mac Jones will step up here. If Mac Jones can step up here and play really well, I think that they have a chance to beat Brady. So I think I'm going to go New England here. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to, for our next matchup, we got the Cleveland Browns versus the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to hand this one off to Josh.
I got to go with the Cleveland Browns here. I don't see a chance where Minnesota wins just because all they have is Dalvin Cook and Justin Jefferson. That's it. Well, Cleveland has Kareem Hunt, Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry. They have multiple talents on a great team. So I got Cleveland winning here, and it will be a Cleveland win probably 2 or 3 scores is going to separate the two teams. So I'm going to hand this with Jack for his take.
I have to go with Cleveland here. It's just Cleveland compared to Minnesota. Like, I don't think Minnesota is an 0-4 team, but just the way that schedule played out, that's how it went. And Minnesota's strength is in their pass rush. And the Browns have the best O-line in the league. So when the best part of the Minnesota defense isn't able to do its thing, then the whole thing is going to shut down. And I think that's going to sort of snowball into a big Cleveland win here. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I think Minnesota has a chance to win this game, but I think Cleveland's going to win this game. So, yeah. All right. The next teams are going to be really interesting because I actually did get to just open up my take. It's going to be the Niners versus the Seahawks. I got the Niners because, number one, they're home. Number two, they're healthy. And number three, they usually split the series. And it's usually that the Niners are home, they beat them. If the Niners are away, they lose. So I'm going to go with the Niners here. Jack?
Ooh, fun matchup. I'll go with the Seahawks. This one is honestly a coin flip for me. I could see it going either way. They'll definitely split, but actually the Niners. Well, I'll still go with the Seahawks though. I think that the Seahawks, just early season, that's when they thrive. September is their moment, kind of like Chiefs and Mahomes. I'll take the Seahawks here. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I got to go with the 49ers here because as much as I want to say that the Seahawks will win, I think that the defense, especially all of them being healthy beginning of the year, it's going to be very hard for Russ to start cooking in this game. So I think that this will be a San Francisco win. Now, it won't be pretty, but it will be a San Francisco win.
All right. With our next matchup, we have the Chicago Bears versus the Detroit Lions. I'm going to hand this one off to Jack.
Once again, I have to pick against the Lions. Give me the Bears here. I'm going to have to say it again. I'll say it every single video. First season head coaches pick it up later. But this Lions team is going to struggle a lot. And the Bears defense, it's relatively complete in perspective, at least compared to the Lions, most definitely complete. But I have to give it to the Bears here. I just can't see the Lions pulling out an upset here. They're just not complete. It's early. It's going to be such a struggle for them. I think the Bears will pick up their second win of the season for us standings. So, Bears here. What are your thoughts, Zach?
Bears. I love this Bears team. I sometimes say that they're going to conference or Super Bowl sometimes, but I always have to remember they have Justin Fields. But I think Bears. I think Justin Fields will have a great game against Detroit. So, yeah. Josh?
I think that the Bears will be winning here just because it's Detroit and Dan Campbell is still a new head coach. And I think that the Bears will be winning this game at Soldier Field.
All right. Our next matchup is the Carolina Panthers versus the Dallas Cowboys. Josh, who do you got?
I got to give the win to Carolina on the road here because, one, they just lost to Houston. And now they're going on to Dallas, so I think that they're going to be Dallas in the world. And Sam Darnold, let's see, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, and all those people are going to be firing from all cylinders there. So I think that this will be a match that the Panthers will be walking out victorious in. So I'm going to hand this one off to Zach for his take.
I got Carolina. Carolina's a really good team compared to Dallas. Well, Dallas has a good offense, but can't really say the same thing about their defense. Not really. Okay. So, Carolina, I think that they'll just dominate. So, yeah. Jack?
I'm going to go with Dallas here. I think Dallas is going to sort of get in a hot streak. They're 1-2 in our world, or at least in our world, and I think they're going to start to turn it up a bit. I don't think the loss is going to be on Darnold this time around. I think it's just going to be on the Cowboys offense just being too explosive for Darnold and the Panthers to keep up with, but expect major shootout coming in this one. This one's going to be interesting to say the least. But I'm going to give the edge to Dallas here.
All right. With our next matchup, we got the Washington football team versus the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to hand this one off to Josh.
I think I got the Washington football team here. They're actually dark horse Super Bowl contenders, I think. So, in a couple of years, they'll probably be in the Super Bowl, but this year they're dark horse Super Bowl contenders, and I think they're going to beat Atlanta here. And especially with Ron Rivera coaching, I think that he'll show the flaws with Atlanta's team. So I'm going to hand this one off to Jack for his take.
I'm also taking Washington here. Similar to last week's matchup where they're facing an elite defense, Atlanta's strength is on offense, and once again, they're going up against a really good defense. So their strength neutralized. That's why I'm just going to give it to Washington. They're 1-2. They're going to need to start stacking up wins sooner than later if they want to keep up in the competitive NFC East. What are your thoughts, Zach?
Okay, I got the Washington football team. I think this will be a good matchup, but I think Washington just got the win here. I don't know really where to place the Falcons too much. They're either a playoff team or they're just tanking, which right now we're looking like they're tanking. But yeah, I have the Washington football team. They have a really good team, especially that D line is so scary. So yeah. All right, we got the next matchup: the Arizona Cardinals versus the LA Rams. I love the Arizona Cardinals, but I have to give it to the LA Rams at home. It's in SoFi. I think that's what their stadium's called. So yeah, I can't go against the Rams. So yeah, Jack.
I also have to give it to the Rams. I think this is a split series, but I feel like the Rams are going to be a little less healthy down the stretch later in the year compared to where the Cardinals are going to stand. They're a little younger on offense and defense. So I think that's going to play a factor. That's why I think the Rams will get the win in the early season. The Cardinals will get the one later. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I think that the Rams will be winning, just like what you guys said, all that stuff that you guys said, but also because Jalen Ramsey locks up DeAndre Hopkins. It's been happening everywhere that they've gone. So it's happened in Houston. It's happened in Arizona. I think that this will be a great matchup, but I don't think that Hopkins will be a big piece in this matchup. And I think that that will be the downfall to Arizona because that's going to make Kyler make some mistakes. And then the Rams will win in SoFi.
All right, to end off this video, we have the New York Giants versus the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to hand this one to Jack.
Ooh, this one's tough, but I'm actually going to give this one I'll give it to the Saints this time around. My tiebreaker here is going to be defensive fight. The Saints are going to win. I think the pass rush, whether that's a Peyton Turner breakout game or even a Cam Jordan resurgence game here, is going to get a crucial fumble on Daniel Jones to end a competitive game. So I'll take the Saints here. What are your thoughts, Zach?
I got the Saints. Now the Saints are second seed in the South and the NFC. That's kind of cool. But I got the Saints. The Saints play really well, usually around this time. And yeah, I think that they'll just beat the Giants. So yeah, Josh.
I got to go with the New York Giants here because I just think that it's going to be a very hard ground game for both teams. So I think that the Giants are just going to have a little bit more of an edge than the Saints, but I got to give it to the Giants here. Very close, but it's going to be a Giants win.
All right. Well, that does it for our video today. If they liked it, what should they do, Josh?
If you like what you saw here, don't forget to just put this up. Hit that like button, punch that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you're updated every single week when we upload a new video. Also, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. You're a official Frontline Football fan base. What is the Frontline Football fan base? Frontline Football fan base is up to on all their news, rumors, updates, and highlights across the NFL season and off season from Frontline Football because you watch the videos and you're updated. Even if you watch the simple predictions or the news videos that we post, you're still updated on the news. So, Josh from Frontline Football and Jack, hit the plugs.
As always, don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Business as usual with that. Links will be in the description. Stuff's gonna be there. Interesting stuff. You'll know when we post. All that good stuff. And another pretty solid week of matchups. I don't know if it's better than week 3's, but I think it's very close. And once again, doing this every week. Probably gonna pick it up, do a couple twice a week. We'll see what happens overall. Good week of predictions. We'll see you guys back here next week.
See ya.